had a scoring drought the first 2 games. It wasn't until game 3 that they were able to get back into it. And already we can see that it is the Cavaliers who are going to have to start from a step behind. As we're a minute underway of game 1, it is a first goal from XD Esports. JK Fishizzle coming up real close on a second tally as well.
And you can see here, XD taking to the air early. The speed and presence is abound. Crossbar denies that opportunity for XD, and the Cavaliers look for a clear out. Nice slow play from Doubt here, really getting the defenders to doubt their own rotations, as it were. But Els looking for an infield pass cut off early, and the Cavaliers, despite being down early in this one, have shown some strong pace, really making XD back up and respect that room at the middle of the field. But look at the passing play, quick, clean, and efficient here from XD.
Els to JK Fishizzle, that give and go, putting the defense into a spin cycle. Their head's going to be on a swivel, dizzy as ever after that one, as XD Sports utilizing that infield presence to keep their opponents on guard and having to fend off every single play. Maybe Cavaliers have something to work with as well. That shot coming very close. Els able to turn it away, and another save as well from Els. A consistent presence on the back line of XD Esports to bat away whatever Cavaliers have to approach with.
Oh, and the drive here, successful for JK for Shizzle. Punches it home at the bottom corner. It's a big 1-2-3 sequence as well, and that pass, that is masterfully executed right there from the back wall. You want to talk about the defender not having the advantage to get that clear away, but Els not in the greatest position there to make that touch, still makes the most of it and then some. So a lot to love here from XD Esports and their offensive pushes. Lethal as always, really getting the better of these looks. Double as well, rings off the near post, and it just does not stop for this XD squad.
It most certainly does not. Halfway through, 3-goal lead, and they're pressing forward once again. Els off the backboard. The read! It looks all too simple. Hits from Els have been heat-seeking missiles to JK Fishizzle for the assists, but this time around, he's looking to close the play himself.
Absolutely. Well done on the finisher there. Gets the 4-goal lead, just past the halfway mark of game number 1. Again, XD Esports, one of those rosters we said a lot of potential coming into this tournament to make some big waves early on, which is important in this Swiss stage to let everybody know that you are here to play from the drop in the very first kickoff of the action. For the Cavaliers, still looking for their way through. Tiny windows have been opened, but not very many. They need to do a bit more work to pry those windows open against XD Esports, who have had that strong defensive back rank here. Little bits and pieces of Cavaliers pushes have found their way through, slipping through those cracks that are all too not very apparent from XD, but with time continuing to tick down, XD certainly looking to control possession and keep momentum in their favor.
I think that last touch from JK Fishizzle exhibits just that. The control that they have in this game, they are fine kicking that back towards their net because they know they are setting the tempo, setting the pace of this game. But I don't want to count out Cavaliers of the USMC completely. This is a team who has exhibited strong results in the air. Some quick aerials from this team to deny XD Esports of plays that otherwise they would be finishing. There's a save there from Raidwire. Another one forced out towards their backline that they're able to get away. I just feel like this is a team of XD Esports that could very easily bring this game to a 7-0, 8-0, 9-0 from some of their opponents that they're able to face. But Cavaliers, again and again, are able to pose some resiliency to what XD Esports have been able to put out. 3/4 of a minute remaining now in this game for Cavaliers to find something to work with, maybe establish some kind of goal so they have a game plan moving into the next one.
Ticking down here, though, in the first game of the series, Raidwire gets up in time to save it aside, and JK sends this one back all the way for XD to clear back the other side. Cavaliers still doing a good job even in the closing moments of closing off those passing lanes, but it all matters if they find that touch because the speed is there. They just need the accuracy. Doubt goes head-to-head against two attackers and gets the save away, and it's not going to solve the differential of this game. Ball hits the ground, and for as much ground as perhaps the Cavaliers had gained in those final closing moments of Game 1, the scoreline stays the same, and XD Esports with a very large shot margin there. I mean, that tells you all the story that you need. Despite the stellar defense there from the Cavaliers, it's XD Esports to take a confident Game 1.
Confident, convincing indeed there for XD Esports, and JK Fashizzle with 8 shots there. I don't want to credit specifically the Steelers, the Pittsburgh Steelers decal. I know you're from the other side, or the other side of the PA state there, Gaugan, but I gotta shout out the Steelers decal. It's working pretty well for JK Fashizzle, notably as well as we enter this game too, and JK is gonna get the opening goal. It was Els with 100% goal participation. So that is another player to look out for, but it's Lottie Lettuce and JK this time on the kickoff to match up for the goal.
Well, you know what? I've got to comment on it while we're talking about it. The Steelers decal, you know, people want to bring up the interstate rivalry. I don't know how much light you can hold to that one with a 2-6 record, you know, against the lone undefeated team in the league, but we'll let bygones be bygones. It's a little bit of a stall out here, and I'm not really sure what quite happened in this situation, but GG x GG. We'll send that one to the corner. It's slammed in by Els, and sure enough, we're tied up.
Looked like one of those old Western shootouts there, where JK Fashizzle and GG were getting ready to sling out their shot and see who hit the mark. Instead, it was someone else from XD Esports to say, no, we'll have none of this. Reset the game. And we do reset. It's 1-1. It's as if the game started 20 seconds in. We continue that clock, but Cavaliers USMC, they want to earn their own goal. It's Raid Ryer with a shot on goal. Doubt's shot just off the mark. Cavaliers, though, despite how wacky that first goal was, they seem primed to be activated in the rest of this game.
First minute, though, still yet to tick away, and we continue onward. Cavaliers looking for more ground in the corner, not finding any of it, sent back the other way. And XD Esports looking for more possession, but the midfield battle has proven, honestly, somewhat solid for the Cavaliers. They've gained that ground. They're continuing to push here. All they need is that bit more reassurance that their offensive push will result in the second person in rotation being able to take that rotation, score that goal. They need that bit more reassuredness in their rotation, because right now they've got what it takes. All it needs is just a bit more confidence scrubbed on there, but you could see everybody committing to that far side of the net, hoping that it would leak out that way. Unfortunately, the backboard a bit too benevolent there to XD, who go back the other way. 1-2, JK off the crossbar. Now up high is Lottie Lettuce trying to pancake this one down further towards Els. They opt for possession yet again, as XD has so often done with these back passes, just trying to hold on to the ball as long as possible.
And Els has done exactly that, as the ball handler has kind of balanced this ball on the top of their octane and again. Lottie Lettuce looking destructive here. You can always expect the Dominus to be making flip resetting plays and trying to take the defense off guard with that last little touch there. Does just that to earn the go-ahead goal for XD Esports.
Great way for them to set themselves in front. Now trying to hunker down, batten down the hatches, keep their lead intact, and perhaps notch on more while they're at it. Cavaliers with room to be gained here. Solid push up, but no real follow-through. Now deeper in the zone goes Lottie Lettuce to the back wall, setting up yet another one, but the 1-2-1 sequence gets broken up yet again, which the Cavaliers, again, if there's anything massive to take away here from the Cavaliers in the series thus far, they've done a really good job of driving a wedge in between these passing lanes. Unfortunately for XD Esports, every opportunity they find seems to have some sort of unorthodox lane open to them, but Doubt going to be credited with this goal. The Cavaliers tie things up. Big clear all the way down the side. Screams towards the back wall. And a nice finishing touch over the top of Els, who gave a bit too much credit there.
Yeah, I think Cavaliers are fighting fire with fire. The fast tempo gameplay that XD Esports have brought together for this series is something that Cavaliers of USMC are unafraid to match. And when they do that, they are finding those scoring lanes. So credit due to this team for matching them at their pace and beating them where they can. It's an even score line now with 2 minutes remaining. See what Cavaliers can do to get a lead to work with here. Doubt has that ball stolen away. GG prepared in the shooting lane there to turn it out. Doubt with a full tank of boost, and space collapsed upon. JK Fishizzle said, I'm not giving you the time of day for that play. Handing this off to Els. A shot that goes loose. The pass back up. JK second tap, not going to be there. And Doubt does find a clear.
They've got a target painted on that backboard, but it heads to the other side, and Raid, massive touch here, waiting ever so patiently for the ball to fall right into their grasp. It's a high jump, early one at that, to beat Lottie. Lettuce to it, and the defenders don't have the spot picked out. You want to talk about shot placement? That's about the only place you would have had a guaranteed goal shooting that ball. Cavaliers up by 1.
Yeah, it's a menacing thing to watch those defenders of XD Esports from the ground and from the backboard all trying to collapse on that shot, but indeed clinical on the placement here. Cavaliers a minute to hold on and hang on here as XD Esports look like they're ready to combat the effort immediately. It's a clustering along the goal line, but there is a hit that gets away. JK Fishizzle out to Lottie Lettuce. Doesn't get the touch for the shot. Instead, Doubt coming up big on the save. GG trying to follow this ball as it crosses the width of the field. JK Fishizzle next. Full tank of boost looking to, crowd out the defenders. A big bump on the goal line. Clears the lane for Lottie Lettuce.
And everyone's pushed into the corner here. They've got to back up, but Raid gets bumped away, as you say, and GG not in a relevant enough position. Tie game with 39 to play in regulation. Do we see another OT here, as it's been a scarce sight on this stream thus far? Els doesn't want that to happen, but gets blocked out immediately here. And under 30 to play here, Pyro. The action heating up. Both teams drawing their worth in goals, but this one over the top of GG. Doubt has to make a big play. Raid caught in an awkward position, but the challenge is not sent in. GG with a save.
XD Esports don't even want to go to overtime with the way they are ferociously crashing the boards right now. This ball in a dangerous opportunity situation. Doubt able to take it away. They're trying to survive to overtime here. Lottie Lettuce on the goal line finds a lane at 0 seconds remaining, and it all crashes on the Cavaliers at the last second.
You could not have gotten that one closer to 0 seconds than that. XD Esports deny that final kickoff from coming through and get that 2-0 series lead. Great effort from them in the closing moments of that game. It certainly got a little risky because the Cavaliers, again, they really took to the benefits of cutting off those passing lanes, establishing that presence and getting a little bit faster on the follow-up touches on offense. I feel like that made all the world of difference for the Cavaliers when they understood that they can really get in front of this ball, not just on the first touch that they were able to cleanly get through by picking off a passing lane, but the second touch that came after that to score was even more threatening for XD, who may not have given that much space on defense. So Cavaliers, a lot to like from them in game 2 despite the loss. Now going into game 3, looking to improve on those same marks.
Well, let's see how they do it in game number 3. Here we go, folks. Match point opportunity for XD Esports as we're already a few seconds into this game. It was a much more concerted effort here from the Cavaliers of USMC as they were able to really take it to XD Esports. Some quick counterattack goals worked out well for them, but I think the biggest threat in this game is Lottie Lettuce. So many shots, so many goals. Well, it's not Lottie this time around. It is the shot taker of game number 1. Els is back in action. Finds it right above GG for the opening goal.
Great jump there, too. Mechanically speaking, to turn that ball out from its intended path wide of that far post and back in towards the target is a tricky one for any defender to get ready for. And Els is wasting no time trying to set up number 2. But played to the empty corner here in a while. Bouncer in front, but Raid doesn't get the better of it. It's sent away. GG with a challenge to try and keep this Cavaliers push alive, but stopped out in the corner. XD Esports looking strong, looking calm, cool, and collected. They've moved the ball up the field with a tremendous amount of efficiency, and that results in this counter-attack potential and pressure that you see folding out on the pitch right here, right now. The passes between each other very clean, forcing the defense into action, and it's Raid with a save, but XD not gone just yet.
Yeah, not whatsoever. Look at that half-court presence here from XD Esports. It's what's making Cavaliers and their push to transition on offense so difficult right now. It's like a wall that they just can't get past, as Lottie Lettuce has brought it straight back to the blue end. The demo should clear the lane for Lottie Lettuce to finish the play. Slots in like a bullet and gives them the second goal.
Oh, again, the coordination is so solid. GG trying to block that take from JK, but the ball has changed its course so drastically there that it's a difficult read to get for anybody in GG's position. So solid pickup there by Lottie Lettuce. JK doing work to center it up. Els broken up on this ball, so Doubt going for car over ball, but successfully here. GG has a breakaway. Els racing back. Can GG get to the bottom corner in time? No. The resources not in tow. And now a clear back the other way. And similar question on the far side, but Raid, that is a massive challenge to get to in order to get that save away. Counterattacks looking dangerous on both sides, but none drawn just yet. It's still XD with a 2-goal lead.
Feels like we've gone fisticuffs in this game. I mean, we saw Els batted away on their last attempted aerial, where he was able to recover just quick enough to make the save on the breakaway. And then you're seeing an increase in demolitions as well. The physicality playing a massive factor in this series, and well, something that Cavaliers USMC could use to disrupt XD Esports and their scoring streak right now, but it will only extend. Els spending a lot of time in their opponent's paint right in front of the goal line and in prime position to close that play.
And it's a perfect execution as well. The backboard play directed to the corner. XD Esports have always had a target painted on that back wall for the entirety of the series. If they get it there, they're trying to force Cavaliers into an awkward spot, make them take a touch that they don't want to, and therefore gain possession of the ball. Lottie Lettuce with an absolute 5-head play here initiates the sequence with an infield pass. Els to the back wall, and Lottie is already hovering just tantalizingly close to the ground, but scores the goal. Yet another close to the net 1-2-1, and XD up by 4.
One thing that's been especially impressive about Lottie's gameplay are the reads. I mean, that pass in the backboard looks great. Lottie Lettuce had a ridiculous angle in the last game where he pre-flipped the inside touch coming from the middle of the field. It's just been really impressive from this player. JK Fishizzle cannot complete the play that Els was trying to create. Instead, Lottie will set up JK once again. And that is a shot that he is able to finish. XD Esports on their scoring streak look to run away with game number 3 and stay undefeated on the day.
Oof, with a jump like that from JK, I don't think you could pay me enough to sit in front of that shot and take that power to the top corner, because you'd think there was a track up in the air that allowed JK to just glide effortlessly into that position, but that is just a pure mechanical skill moment. Read on lock, most amount of power, best shot placement. You can't get much cleaner than that. JK trying to do work here to cement XD's series win. Another one rings off the post there from Els, courtesy of the dish from JK, but you can see they're already up in the air, jumping from far and away for this one. Els trying to play patient as well, and bait out GG, only defender towards the post, back pass yet again, and it's possession control as we head to the final 60. All too familiar for teams in a lead like this. They just hold on to the ball and overwhelm you, not even giving you the better light of day to find your first.
Yeah, and the hope and the prayer for Cavaliers is to change possession in their favor, but you'll see with so many of these clears, they're just long and giving up immediate possession back to XD Esports. And with their cohesion, with their chemistry and their passing plays, they are just going to maintain that control again and again and just stun us on these kind of plays. Els to Lottie Lettuce for a magnificent shot.
6-0, 32 seconds left to play. Safe to say, XD Esports walking away from this series with a victory. The Cavaliers, tons to think about, but nothing inherently bad. I think they have a lot to like. I do really respect their ability to drive wedges into the passing lanes of XD Esports, but they need that confidence when it comes to the shooting opportunities. I feel like a couple of times Cavaliers were ever so close to finding the goal if they just commit their second man a bit closer to the play on offense. But XD Esports, we know they've been overwhelming in exerting their offensive pressure. It is a result of this 6-0 win in game number 3, the sweep victory for Cavaliers. Maybe one more for the road, but blocked out by the backboard. Everybody's up in the air. This might get sent into either net, honestly, at this rate, because these players, I'm sure, could keep the ball up for minutes at a time once we get to 0 seconds. But at the end of the day, it will be that victory for XD Esports. They move on, continue their Swiss run with a current 2-0 record, 6-0 on games. XD Esports take down the Cavaliers USMC.
And honestly, not an entirely defeating presence here.